Greetings, Cyberdogs and citizens of the interbubs. This is ReNDoG coming at you from the middle of nowhere in another episode of Minecraft Survival for the Hermitcraft server. We are kicking things off today, my friends, trying to get some Dark Oak Wood Saplings. I've had to travel pretty far to get to this particular beautiful little peninsula-looking island. We are at somewhere 600 on the X minus 3,500 on the Y. I need Dark Oak Wood Saplings to make Dark Oak Wood trees. Because, guys, I've got very good news. Today, we are going to be opening up the doors of the STAX-4-STAX Tavern. And I want to do a little bit of work on the terraforming around the place, make the whole area look really, really sweet. And I thought we could use some Dark Oak Wood trees for that. But yeah, Hermit Island contains no dark oak wood trees whatsoever. So I've come out here. I found this little Dark Oak Wood Island, basically, which looks really cool, right? Kind of snazzy, man. Managed to pick myself up about 41 Dark Oak Wood saplings so far, so that's awesome. Looks like these leaves are not going to break, actually, unless we take out this little oak tree over here. There we go. Beautiful. So we'll wait for all of those saplings to come down. Now, the bad news is, guys, I did this last night in real life, and I can't really remember where I came from, so it might be a little bit of a problem getting here. I know that I headed true north to get here from the island, so I guess we just got to head true south in that direction to get home. I think that probably should get us back. I've got an inventory full of random stuff also. I've got a bunch of bone blocks over here, which are becoming in real handy for the STAX-4-STAX Tavern build. Man, I cannot wait to show you guys what I have been up to over there in the medieval district. It is looking so freaking awesome. You guys are going to love it, man. By the way, thanks for all of the amazing feedback. I actually got a lot of amazing ideas from you guys on how to tweak the build that we started last episode. It was looking really, really good. I was really liking how it was turning out, but there was just something wrong with it. Something was kind of off about it, and one of you guys made me realize what that was. So very, very happy with how it turned out. But while we're here, guys, I remember last night when I was looking around this area, I found something kind of weird that I haven't seen before in Minecraft, and I'm going to try remember where it is. Oh, yes, it's this direction. I chucked a whole bunch of stuff out of my inventory before I logged off last night. So yeah, it's somewhere in this direction. I don't know if this thing was created by another hermit or if this is a new thing from 1.13, but I found, I don't know how to describe it, like some sort of a temple or something that I've never seen in Minecraft before, and I'm hoping that it's super rare and that we're the first hermit to have discovered it, because I haven't seen it in any other hermit videos. But take a look at this. It's somewhere around here. I can't quite remember. Oh yeah, I had to go through this little this entrance way into like a big lake that was filled with kelp. Yep, this is the place. This is the place. There was a whole bunch of kelp on top of the water too. I remember. This might not be the place then, although the kelp may be despawned or something. Yeah, this is looking familiar though. You know when you're floating around in Minecraft, you're exploring and you find something and you're like, I'm gonna go back to that place later on. It's always a bad idea, right? Because you can never really remember where it is. Hello, turtle. What's up, my dude? But oh yeah, there it is. There it is. Look at that. What is going on over there, guys? At first, I thought it was a jungle temple, but obviously this is not a jungle, and it definitely looks like something that a hermit might create, and there is a chest in there, which is super exciting. That is really, really awesome. Okay, it looks like it's maybe some sort of a treasure or something like that, and it looks like it's surrounded by drowned? What's the plural of these things? Drowneds, I think. Hello, stupid face. I really like the texture for drowns though, right? Don't they look cool? Man, there's a lot of them down there. That's insane. Is there such a thing as a drowned spawner, maybe? Oh, wow. Look how many drowns are in here, guys. This is insane. Okay. Well, for some reason, they're not actually tracking me right now, which is kind of weird. But let's take them out. This is kind of like a drowned village, right? Like where the drowns live or something. Oh, they burn also? I didn't know that they burn. I've learned something new about the drowns. I've actually never really done anything with them. They drop gold too. That's really cool. I didn't even know that. Very nice. Let's crack open this chest though. What is in here, man? Are there good stuff in this chest? No. Looks like this might have been founded and raided already, right? Because that looks like it's completely empty. Hi, guys. I think this is the drowned equivalent of a villager village, right, guys? Absolutely crazy, man. I wonder where all these drowns are coming from. I can't find a spawner or anything like that, but there is another little house down there that I want to explore. I'm not entirely sure if this place has been raided or not. It feels like it might have been raided because a lot of the chests have absolute rubbish in them, but this is so many drowns that have spawned here. Luckily, they're kind of easy to kill in the water, right? You would think that being water mobs, they'd be a little bit more difficult, but look at them, man. They're so slow. They're really easy to hack to bits. But I think if you're swimming underwater, then it gets a little bit harder. But take a look at this, man. There are these little houses all over the place, these little drowned houses. And I'm not sure if these ones have been explored yet. Let's have a quick look in this chest. Yeah, that one has been completely emptied out, right? So I think this place has been discovered by another hermit. But there seems to be another one in here. Let's take a quick look in there. There's a mending fishing rod. I'm drowning. That's not good. There's a mending fishing rod in there. That's good. And an emerald. So that's not too bad of a take. But it looks like the rest of the treasure here has definitely been pillaged by another hermit, which is fine. But we'll definitely take the emerald. That might come in handy. And yeah, it's probably time to get home now, I think. After about 20 minutes of boating around the ocean like an idiot, guys, I finally managed to navigate my way back to Hermit Island. I peeled off my salty, rusted armor and left it in the wren hole. And here we are, chilling on a boat in Aquatown, waiting for the sun to come up. We get a really great view of the STAX-4-STAX Tavern, though, at night. And, well, we also get a great view of Bumbo Enchantoni, the latest upgrade to the community enchanting facility. Which looks so derpy, it's unbelievable, man. There we go, the sun is up. Beautiful. Welcome back. And yes, I have made a lot of progress on our STAX-4-STAX build. Guys, what do you think of it? I don't want to spoil too much over there. Looking really spicy, isn't it? Whew, man, that roof has come together real nice. I promised you guys at the end of the last episode that we would work a little bit on the roof together. So I've left the other side of the roof unfinished, and we can work on that together in this episode. I also had a big question for you guys in the last episode. How did we feel about the diorite that we were using here in the tavern build? And well, the majority of you didn't like it, and, well, it never really grew on me either. So I replaced the diorite with bone blocks, which was a suggestion that a ton of you guys out there made, and I think it looks really, really good. I probably shouldn't take my armor off, right? Especially considering that in Minecraft these days, if mobs have helmets on, they don't actually burn in the sunlight, and yeah, it might be creepers around here too. But yeah, there's been a lot of big changes here at STAX-4-STAX from a design perspective, guys. I want to run you guys through that in a second. It's probably been a good 5 to 6 hours of building since we were last together, so I've done quite a lot of progress here. And today I want to get the shop open for business as fast as possible. Some of the hermits have come to me on Discord and they've been saying, "My dude, where is the chicken shop? We are starving. We want to spend some freaking diamonds, man. We want to get ourselves some food up in here." So we're going to be able to do that pretty quickly today, I think. Well, that's going to be my primary goal for today, is to get that tavern open and to start selling some freaking chicken. Now there is a skeleton spawner over here that well set up, which is amazing. There's a little bit of a skeleton farm down there. And that's where I've been collecting all of the bones that I've been using here. We're still going to need to get a few more bones to finish off the windows on this side of the building. But before we go any further, I do want to show you guys some of the changes here that I've made to this build. By the way, thank you for all the amazing feedback in the previous episode about this build, especially from all you builders out there, man. Very nice to see that, you know, the builders out there are appreciating, you know, these more complicated builds on the server. And thanks for the love, guys. You guys gave me a lot of really amazing ideas in the comments to basically tweak this thing and make it look really awesome. There's a big change to this build that you might not notice until I point it out, but one of you guys mentioned that in traditional medieval taverns, the second floor usually sticks out a little bit from the first floor. So I actually increased the width or the dimensions of the second floor by 1 block. You might be able to see it over here, right? This is the overhang that was flush with this overhang before. It's now 1 block out, and I think that has been a really excellent improvement to the design of this building because it's given the building a little bit more shape. Before, the building was looking very square. It was just looking like a square with some modules in it, and this subtle little change actually adds a lot of depth into the building, I think, and it looks really, really nice. I've also added a little bit more jazz, should I say, that's the only word that I can think of, to the actual roof design, and it's been a little bit of a tricky one because when you start to add a bit of pizzazz into a roof build in Minecraft, you start to push the build into the fantasy genre, right? And we're building in the medieval district here, so we're trying to keep it to a medieval design palette, but I just couldn't help myself because I really do love adding a little bit of this sort of Viking-ness to my roofs, and I had these little horns coming out the side there of the roof, and I think it's really cool. I've also purposefully made this roof really massive, almost like exaggeratedly big, and the reason for that is because I want to stay clear from making really realistic builds this season. I want to try and make my builds look a little bit more fantastic, a little bit more Disney, if you will, just so that it doesn't just look like another tutorial build that you find on YouTube, you know, how to make a medieval tavern. I want my builds to have a certain character to them, and I thought what we could do is try and exaggerate the sort of size of things like the roof and stuff to try and achieve that. So I think that's all come together really, really nicely, guys. The tavern is really starting to kick off. Today we're going to install the actual shop part of this thing. I think we're gonna sell the chicken from this position over here, and then upstairs I've reworked everything. There's a skeleton up here. Okay, well, this is not a very safe tavern, or a lodger spent way too much time in here and literally died in his bed somewhere. Anyway, as you can see, I expanded the room up here. We've added a crafting table for people to use. I want to get an ender chest in here too. A couple of paintings around the place, and it feels a lot more spacious up here now too. I've also added a tip jar for anybody who stays. I very much appreciate them leaving us a little bit of a tip here. And it looks like we need to get a little bit more light in this place too. It's kind of dangerous. I definitely don't want my patrons being murdered by skeletons when they come and stay with us. That's not good. But yeah, need to finish off these windows and whatnot. But yeah, so the place is coming together really nicely, guys. And all we need to do now is finish off this side of the roof. And that's going to basically complete the outside design of the place. Very excited about that. And I guess what I want to do for the next part of the episode is quickly run you guys through exactly how I build this particular roof style. It's actually not as complicated as it looks. I know the roof looks absolutely insanely complicated and epic to build, but really, all you got to do is follow a couple of very easy steps, okay? Number one, you got to choose how high you want your roof to be. I think I made this one about 11 blocks high, something like that, but you build your pillar up, and then from the side of the pillar, you are going to be determining the shape of your roof running this way. So basically, with this roof design, we've got a shape of the roof this way, and we've got a shape of the roof horizontally. So we have a different shape vertically and a different shape horizontally. And the way that we determine the different shapes of that is simply by laying down on the vertical a shape of the roof that we want. So here, in this particular shape, you can see that from the very top of the pillar where you start making your roof, we started with a stair. Then we went a block down, and then a stair, a stair, a stair, then a block down, a stair, a block, a stair, a stair, a stair, right? Does that make sense? So from the very top, we have laid down a very specific pattern, which kind of makes the roof do this sort of wavy thing like this, right? So once again, from the top, we've got a stair, a block, a stair, a stair, a stair, a block, a stair, a block, and a stair, and a stair, and a stair. It sounds like some sort of really bad song. But that determines the shape of the roof when we look at it from this direction, right? Now, we're going to do exactly the same thing for the shape of the roof running horizontally, except instead of using stairs, this time we're going to use half slabs. I like to use stairs on the very ends of the roof, though, just to add a little bit of like a lip thing to the stairs. But now we're going to sort of make the shape of the roof in exactly the same way, but running horizontally. And the way that we do this is by starting with the half slabs at the bottom of each of the stairs, right? So you can see the stairs are running down over here, and we're going to start the shape of the horizontal roof at the bottom of each of the stairs, starting with the one all the way at the top there. So if we go all the way up there, let's see if we can get ourselves to the very top. I think this is the pillar over here. Yeah, this is the thing that determines the height of the roof. And then we've extended the roof in this direction to create this little lip thing over here by what, 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks or so in that direction. But now comes the interesting part, right? So now we're going to determine the shape of the roof running that way. And the way that we're going to do that is we're going to start on the very top of the roof, and with slabs, we are going to create a sort of dip in the roof, a sag in the roof over there, right? So what we're going to do here is go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 slabs in this direction, and then we're going to go half a slab down, and then 1, 2, 3 slabs across, and then half a slab down, 1 across, half a slab down, 3 across, and then instead of going down, we're going to repeat the pattern going all the way up. So the way that the slabs go in this direction and from that direction are exactly the same and symmetrical. So in the middle over here, we create a kind of a dip like this. Now what you want to do is you want to emulate that particular pattern all the way down the side of the roof by starting at the base of each of your stairs, right? So for example, here you can see is one of the stairs that have shaped the shape of the roof going that way. And you can see that the slab starts at the very bottom of the stair over here, right? So there we go. And this pattern is going to follow the pattern above it, right? So it's going to go slab, 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 down a slab, 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 down a slab, slab, down a slab, 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 up a slab, up 2 slabs, etc. Now comes the most fun part of this particular roof design, guys. Once you have determined the horizontal pattern of your roof and you've duplicated that pattern at the base of each of your vertical stairs, all you're going to be doing is filling this bad boy in with slabs. Wherever you see sky, you are going to be filling it in using some slabs like this, and it makes it super easy to do and extremely satisfying because you slowly but surely see your roof coming together, and it's really easy to follow the patterns also, right? You don't have to think too much. All you need to do is fill in wherever you see sky. And when we look at this roof from the outside, it's going to have this gorgeous looking sort of sag to it, and it's going to look like it's really old and it's been here for a long time, and it's going to really have that sort of medieval vibe to it, which is exactly the sort of thing that we're going for. So a really super simple roof design to do. Of course, it does take a very long time to make a roof like this because it's kind of complicated and there's a lot of blocks that need to be placed. If you get one block out of place, the whole pattern gets destroyed and you got to start again. But man, let me tell you something, man. When this roof is up and running, it is going to look so awesome. It's going to look so impressive from the outside too. And any hermit that comes along here is hopefully going to pop their head in and perhaps buy a couple of juicy bits of tasty chicken and, well, maybe spend a night in the tavern and leave a tip for the ReNDoG for the innkeeper ReNDoG. And who knows, maybe we'll start making a little bit of a profit over here. But yeah, guys, our first major project for the season is almost done here, and it feels so freaking good. Not building STAX-4-STAX in the correct district is definitely been one of the biggest derps that I've ever done in Hermitcraft, guys. Oh man, what was I thinking? However, it does open up a couple opportunities for us over here. I was thinking maybe we could have some sort of a takeaway section here in the shopping district. Maybe we could do another STAX-4-STAX drive-through, which was an idea that a lot of you guys have had here. Maybe we could have some sort of a boat drive-through over here where a hermit might be able to boat into a garage or something, buy some STAX-4-STAX food and then drive off. And that over there could be like, I don't know, sort of the headquarters of STAX-4-STAX, right? And it could almost become a franchise, so to speak, which I think could be pretty sweet. Now, I've heard some rumors about the shopping district, speaking of which, and I'm very eager to go and check out what is going on out here because, man, I have heard that there's some really, really good stuff happening out here. And on top of that, there is something pretty helpful that we might be able to purchase today. Unless it's all been sold out. There is a hermit on this server that has been very smart and has opened up a shop for something super helpful, which I think is probably going to be in there. This is something that I want to quickly have a look at with you guys though, because this is certainly one of the most awesome designed shops that I've ever seen in Hermitcraft history. This is Cubfan's Coral Shop, and I'm sure you guys have seen this in other Hermit videos. For those of you guys who haven't seen it, prepare to be amazed, man. This is a shop that sells corals, and basically it is a massive coral reef kind of thing, and in the very heart of it is a shop that sells corals, right? So in order to navigate through the shop, you have to swim, which is really awesome in itself. And for some reason, I in my own brain over there. But yeah, the idea, of course, is that you are inside of an ocean, and underneath the ocean are treasure chests filled with treasure, or in this case with coral. And it looks like Cub is selling 32 corals for a diamond, which is pretty good price considering how difficult it is to get coral. And you know, this shop is just the most beautiful thing that I've ever seen, man. Look at this thing. It is so sweet. In order to get out of the shop, you have these spirals of coral that take you all the way out to the top of the shop. And what you need to do is hit these bubbles over here. Boom. And that'll send you all the way out of the shop. And the genius of this particular design is that you have these different spires over here, right, that go into the heart of the shop. And wherever you come up, you can easily get out of here without even taking fall damage. Just drop yourself into this little water canal and it'll eventually get you out of here. But guys, I gotta tell you, man, I've spent a lot of time just chilling in this shop, swimming around and hitting these bubbles and pushing myself all the way up just because it's so much fun, man. It's so sweet, and the sound effects and stuff are so cool, and jumping back in again. There's just something about this shop that I love. It captures the imagination. It has a certain vibe to it. You know, when you're in here, you really feel like you're immersed inside of this particular world that has come out of Cub's brain, and it's a really beautiful thing, and it's absolutely amazing. Certainly the best build, in my opinion, on the Hermitcraft 6 server, and certainly one of the best builds in Hermitcraft for a very long time. Good job, Cub. Absolutely beautiful, man. Now, I wish one of these hermits would sleep. It looks like most of them are safe. I probably should bring a bed with me. There we go. Someone read my mind. Nice. I should bring a bed with me when I go on these expeditions, shouldn't I? However, like I said, I heard a rumor that there is for sale here in the shopping district, which is looking kind of weird at the moment, right? There's no roads, there's no order to it. It's just a couple of buildings plonked down all over the place. That's okay. We'll get to all of that road design and stuff in the near future. But there's a couple of very interesting shops over here that I want to go and have a closer look at. This is the one I was looking for. Yes, it's Python's shulker box shop. That is super helpful. As we know, guys, we have a butt ton of chicken that we need to transport from the Ren hole to the STAX-4-STAX tavern. And I don't want to go back and forth 1,000 times. A couple of shulker boxes is going to make that super easy for us. There was a creeper right here. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Dudes, we need to get this place lit up really quickly. Hermits, what are you doing? Why are there no torches around here? Python, what are you doing, my dude? Oh my goodness. Okay, that was close. Let's just make sure we're safe. Yeah, everything's looking good. Right, shulker boxes. How many have been purchased? I'm assuming that a ton have been purchased out of here. Let's have a look. How much do these things cost? 8 diamonds each, or 2 for 15. I have got 27 diamonds, so I would like to get quite a few, actually. What are these ones? 9 diamonds each, or 2 for 17? Oh my goodness. Has somebody completely bought the place out? No, they haven't. Okay, excellent. Wow. Python went on an absolute mission, didn't he, getting shulkers? That is absolutely crazy, man. Shall we pick up 2 shulker boxes, I think? Man, this is a super clever idea for an early shop, right? That's pretty insane, Python. Really nice thinking there, my brother. That is really smart. I mean, everybody needs a shulker box in their life, right? Especially early on in the game. That's going to help us out a lot. I kind of want to spend all of my diamonds here, actually. I do need to preserve a few, though, to repair my tools. So I think I'm probably going to have to hold on to the 12. Those 2 shulker boxes are going to do us real good, though. Amazing idea for an early game shop, Python. Man, my brother, you're going to get rich, baby. That is awesome. Hopefully he'll spend some of those diamonds at the STAX-4-STAX chicken shop. I mean, he must be starving. Python's obviously spent a lot of time in the end. He must be starving like nobody's business, man. Now, what is going on over here? This looks really cool, too. I think this is an impulse build. Yeah, this is the, oh, I know what this is. Yep, it's a villager farm. And it looks like we're going to need a season pass to get in here. Please see impulse to purchase a season pass. Oh my goodness, that's amazing. I mean, look at all the villagers in there. Wait a minute. What is that one in the middle? Is that like a super spicy special one? What is that? Mending for 10 emeralds? What? Oh my goodness, that is insane. Guys, we're gonna have to get this pass. I don't care how much it costs. We need access to this ASAP. Next task for today's episode, guys, is bone block acquisition. And I'm gonna need about a stack of bone blocks, which means I'm gonna have to be grinding Wells' skeleton farm here for a good half an hour or so. We shouldn't be too bad, but in the meantime, while we're doing this, I thought we would do something a little bit different at this point in the episode and do something that we've never really done before. We're going to use a camera account for the very first time in a ReNDoG Hermitcraft episode, and it's going to be pretty cool. A lot of the hermits out there have camera accounts that they use to show progression or to do flybys, to get nice camera shots of their builds and stuff. We're going to be using the camera account to show off a little bit of really awesome work that we did on a live stream a few days ago. So for some reason, because I'm a crazy person, I guess, I decided to take it upon myself to create the borders of all of the districts here on Hermit Island. And if we could quickly throw up the map that we've been looking at for the last few episodes, bing! You can see that all of these districts need to have some sort of border in place on the world itself to show the hermits where one district begins and one district ends. That unfortunately did not exist until a few days ago when the ReNDoG stream settled in for 4 hours of streaming to place down fences and torches that are now acting as the borders for every single district here on the server. It's now very, very clear for any hermit wandering around Hermit Island where one district starts and another district begins. And it was extremely tedious to do. And I mean, just to make one border sometimes took an hour or so to figure out. The border that separated the reserved area from the fantasy district in the north literally took us an hour and 20 minutes, I think, to complete because the terrain was so crazy and it was really difficult to figure out where we were. But we got it all done in the end, guys. And now it's very clear where the borders of all the districts are. And hopefully it's going to make it easier for the hermits to decide where they're going to build stuff and where they're going to, lay down roads and things like that. Now, one of the main reasons why I decided to do this, guys, is because, well, we're going to be working on the HRN project, right? The Hermit Railway Network project, something that I mentioned in the last couple of episodes or so. I just want to say how excited I am about this project because you guys out there are going absolutely nuts about the HRN. So freaking awesome. Thank you guys so much for that. And the hermits themselves have been contacting me on Discord. Everybody wants to get involved with the Hermit Railway Network project. Everybody wants to build stations. They want to know how it works. Where do the lines go? Grian even asked us if we could put a station directly in his base. I mean, this project is lit right now, guys, and it is going to be absolutely massive. And of course, to achieve this massive goal of creating a massive network on this island, we need to know exactly where the stations are going to go on the island. And before we can even do that, we need to know exactly where the districts are on the island too. So now that we've done that, it's going to become much easier for us to figure out exactly where the bits and pieces for the HRN are going to go. And once we open up STAX-4-STAX, which is happening today, guys, we're going to start cracking on with the HRN project. And it is going to be absolutely glorious, man. It is going to be beautiful seeing all these railway lines running around the island. And hopefully the hermits will use the lines too. And we should have some amazing views of all the stuff going on the server from the railway network once it's all done and dusted. But man, guys, super excited about it all. And now that we know where those districts are, it's going to be so much easier to get the project started and to start laying out the designs and the plans for it. And man, can't wait. It's going to be absolutely amazing. So I'm really excited about the Hermit Railway Network project, guys, but at the same time, I'm a little bit nervous. When you create something like a massive railway network on a multiplayer server, you have to be really careful that you don't build your infrastructure in the way of other people's projects. We want to make sure that when we build our lines and when we build our stations and our infrastructure for the HRN, that we don't impede on anybody's plans. So it's kind of interesting how bureaucratically, I suppose, the HRN is being handled by myself and the group of hermits. So we're taking it one step at a time, much like you would plan some sort of civic engineering project in the real world. First things first, we are going to be creating a sort of blueprint map of where the railway line is going to exist. And I've already thrown up a little bit of a mock-up over here in Photoshop. Take a look at this, guys. This is my very first proposal for the design of the HRN. where the lines and where the stations are going to be. And it's a really simple design and a really simple concept that I think is going to work out really nicely. The idea is that because we are living on a donut, or an island, so to speak, it's got a central core. So what I want to do is out here in the very center of Aquatown is build some sort of magnificent underwater Grand Central Railway station. Then we will have 4 other major stations, a north station, a south station, an east station, and a west station. And then each of the districts will have their own smaller stations. And of course, from Grand Central, you will be able to access north, south, east, west, and all of the other stations that are on the donut. And then from the west station, for example, Station West, you'll be able to access all the locations on the western side of the island. The same for the north and the south and the east, of course. We're also going to be having connections to the hermits that live outside of the island too, and they will be accessible via Grand Central. But the most exciting thing for me is the concept of Grand Central Station being in the middle of a lake. I mean, I'm thinking I have these ideas for Grand Central already. I don't want to spoil too much, but it is going to be absolutely magnificent. We're going to be making great use of the new Aquatic 1.13 update, and it is going to be quite something to behold. And by the end of this project, man, we're going to have railway lines snaking all over the island, connecting every corner of this land to itself, and it should be a pretty spectacular sight for anybody who comes here on the server. But the great news is, guys, that is a project for another episode, or at least for the next few episodes. Today, we are finishing off STAX-4-STAX, and we are so close. I can smell them bling blings already. Just finished adding in those final bone block windows, and yeah, we decided to go with bone block over diorite. It was a resounding no for the diorite, so I have listened to the people, and I think the bone block looks much better, doesn't it? It looks absolutely gorgeous, I think. There's only one more thing that I would like to add to this build before we install the shopping area over here where the hermits can buy their cooked chicken. And that is, of course, some sort of banner action. We want to have some sort of signage out here. Also need to get rid of those blocks up there. But I think what we're going to do is we're going to hang a banner off the end of these horns over here. Maybe it'll say food or tavern or something like that, right? So that anybody who passes this thing will know that this is where they can get some food from. Oh, I've also been planting some of these dark oak wood trees that we went and picked up. Looking really nice, man. You know, dark oak wood trees are one of my favorite things in Minecraft. I think they're just such a beautiful and easy tree to make, and they bring an area to life so easily. All you got to do is put, 4 saplings next to each other, come back 10 minutes later, and bam, your area already looks a lot more beautiful. Some of them, of course, need a little bit of customization and whatnot, but in general, dark oak wood trees to me look pretty nice, man. Better than these janky-ass spruce trees, that's for sure. But yeah, we need to get some sort of a banner going on over here for STAX-4-STAX. And by the way, I made a little path over here that takes us all the way to the enchanting facility over there too, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, project's coming together real good, guys. Signage next, and then we need to stock this bad boy. Do you guys remember Cub Fan's banner shop in Season 4? Oh man, I miss that thing so much. I've had to manually make my own banners for the STAX-4-STAX Tavern. They've turned out really nice though. Behind me you can see, well, a little flag or something that says beds on it. And yeah, those are banner letters that you can make pretty easily in Minecraft if you just search for letters on banners in Minecraft or something like that. There's a whole bunch of tutorials out there. They're pretty simple to make, a little bit tedious though. You need a bunch of wool, which is why I've got all of these sheep over here, which I've been shaving for quite a while now to get it done. But on this side we've got beds, which looks really good. And by the way, the roof is looking real snazzy from this side, isn't it? Planted a whole bunch more trees around here too, so the whole area is starting to look a lot more natural. Oh man, that thing looks so beautiful through the tree line here. Love the way this tavern is turning out. On this side, we have got another banner that says food. So on the one side we got beds, and on the other side we got food. So if that's not obvious what you can get from this building, then I don't know what is. Let's take a look at it from the ocean though. That's pretty important because hopefully the hermits that are floating around on Aquatown will be able to see these banners from a distance, and it'll lure them in for a nice hearty meal and a bed to sleep in when the sun goes down. Am I right? Okay, well, render distance is not very good on those banners. It looks like they're only going to start popping from about here. Okay. That kind of sucks, but we can see nice and clearly food over there. And yeah, what I've tried to do is make it look like a flag or something that's hanging down here. Those banners are on some white wall over there. I think that turned out quite nicely. And then on this side, we got beds too. So yeah, that's turned out pretty good, man. That's turned out pretty good. I like it. And I've made the banners blue also to try and match the aquatic theme of the season. So that's pretty sweet. And of course, the sun is going down, so we can make use of STAX-4-STAX right now as a customer would. We'll park our boat and get inside the warm tavern to rest our weary legs, pick ourselves up a nice meal, and come upstairs for a nice evening of a sleeping. It's a little bit communal up here, and you might smell the feet of other hermits, but that's okay. It's a free house. That's how it basically rolls. My dudes, I gotta be honest with you right now. I have got a serious sweat on from excitement. We are just a few minutes away from opening up the STAX-4-STAX Tavern. And my goodness, has this been a project and a half, isn't it, guys? Absolutely crazy. We put together a ridiculously awesome chicken farm to produce a bunch of cooked chicken. We've got an insane amount of chicken and an insane amount of feathers over here. And I filled up these 2 shulker boxes with stock, our very first stock for the tavern. And I've also gotten back here to the Ren hole to name a couple of items, because the last thing that we need to figure out is the economy of STAX-4-STAX. What are we going to be charging our fellow hermits for a stack of cooked chicken? Well, we know that we have another massive project coming up here on the server, and that is the Hermit Railway Network. And for that, we're going to need a lot of this stuff. A lot of rails, which means we need a lot of iron. So I thought what we could do is take this opportunity to set up a little bit of an exchange, okay? The reason we've called it STAX-4-STAX is that you will be able to exchange stacks of stuff for a stack of cooked chicken. So here's what the hermits will be able to spend in our shop. 16 iron ingots or ores will get them a stack of cooked chicken. 32 rails, which actually equals 12 iron instead of 16, so it's a little bit cheaper to use rails, will get you a stack of cooked chicken. 8 gold ingots or ores will get you a stack of cooked chicken, and of course a single diamond will get you a stack of cooked chicken. So that is the prices for STAX-4-STAX, guys. I think very reasonable prices, if you ask me, and certainly going to help us it's going to help us a lot to be able to build the thousands and thousands of blocks of rail that we're going to need to basically create a railway network for this entire island, right? We're going to literally need thousands of rails, and that means we're going to probably need tens of thousands of iron ingots. So the sooner we can start gathering that jazz, the better. And yeah, that is the concept behind STAX-4-STAX. You give us your stacks, we give you our stacks, in this case, a stack of delicious cooked chicken. I'm very, very excited, guys, because, man, have I been working hard for this. We are probably, I don't know, this is a maybe 20 or 30-hour project between the chicken farm and the tavern. But look how cool that looks, guys. Oh, that just tickles me. You know, this is why I still love playing Minecraft after so many years. You know, when you actually pull a project off and you see it in the distance and it just sort of takes your breath away, it is an absolutely amazing feeling. I just love it, man. I really love this build. I think it's turned out really gloriously. Nice and simple, yet so much detail in it. It's looking absolutely beautiful. Let's get our butts in here, man. I've set up a little bit of a storefront over here, so it should be pretty easy to get set up. Let's get ourselves in here. Yeah, so check it out. This is where you're going to buy the chicken from, and I've been trying to figure out a way to do this. Luckily, we can put chests next to each other in 1.13 now, which makes it really nice and simple. But what we've got here is our 4 item frames over here, okay? And what we've got here is a couple of signs that have been nailed into the wall here. Welcome to STAX-4-STAX Tavern. 64 cooked chicken for one of these items. Does that make sense? I hope so. I try to make my shops as clear as possible, but sometimes it doesn't quite work out the way that we want. Let's start with the most obvious one, I guess. 1 diamond, right? So 64 cooked chicken 4, and then you would hover over this 1 diamond, and then let's put the next most expensive one in there, which is going to be gold. So either for 1 diamond, 8 gold, 16 iron, or 32 rail, right? Does that make sense, guys? I hope so. It sort of makes sense in my mind. Maybe this English isn't quite correct. Maybe it needs to be 64 cooked chicken for one of the following. Something like that. I might have to tweak that just so that the hermits completely understand what we're cooking with over here. But that is super exciting. This is a stair, by the way, so we're able to open the chests like this. But we keep this sort of billboard look over here, which is pretty cool. And all we need to do now is actually stock the shop here, guys, with the frickin' cooked chicken, baby. And this is super exciting stuff, man. I'm not really that concerned about getting diamonds. As much as I'd like to get a butt ton of diamonds out of this, I'm actually more concerned about getting the iron, because I want to start laying down some rails as soon as possible here on the server, and to do that we're going to need a ton of iron. So hopefully the hermits out there have a bunch of extra iron, and hopefully someone will start working on an iron titan pretty soon also. When that happens, of course, and when iron becomes infinite on the server, we'll change this, because then it's going to be too easy to get cooked chicken from us. But that is the shop ready to go, guys. Whew, man, it has been quite a day of Minecraft on the Hermitcraft server for me, guys. I have been at it since early this morning, and it feels kind of weird to be able to say we have now finished our very first project on Hermitcraft Season 6. Absolutely insane. Considering the server's only been up for about a week or so, it's pretty crazy how much has happened already, and I gotta say, man, I am exceptionally proud of what we've managed to do out here. We just installed the actual shop itself with all of the pricing and whatnot, looking real good, and I have just added some finishing touches here to STAX-4-STAX, and I gotta say, man, I absolutely love the build. Look how beautiful it looks here, sticking out of this forest canopy, and it's just looking like such an enticing and like such a nice warm place to come and lay your head. I want to show you guys the small changes that I've made, yeah, we're pretty much ready to open up the shop to the hermits. Gonna let everybody know on Discord that the place is now ready for some sales. Come and spend your cash money here in STAX-4-STAX, man. We need all the iron we can get. I've added a little bit more detail around here. We've got a couple paintings here and there that I've added to the walls. Added a little bit of a carpet section here. Was feeling a little bit bland here, so just raised the level up one, and there's a nice little sort of, you know, aquarian carpet here to match the theme of 1.13. I've made the upstairs safe, added a chandelier, plugged in the hole up there that went into the roof lobby, which I think is where I'm going to be storing a lot of stuff. I think I'm going to store stuff in the roof because it seems like a pretty good storage location. But all in all, guys, I think the build has turned out really, really nicely, especially for our first build on the server. You know, we probably could have done a little bit more work on detail, and we could have added a few more features here and there. But for our very first build on the server, I'm pretty happy, guys. I think it's turned out real good. I hope the hermits like it, and I hope you guys enjoy it too. And hey, if you like what you see and you want to try and make it in your own worlds, send me some screenshots, man. If you can make it better than I did, I'd love to see it, man. Keep that inspiration flowing. But guys, I gotta tell you, man, this has been a long project for me. I'm super excited to let the hermits on Discord know that they can come get some cooked food out here. Hopefully we'll actually help some of them out there that don't have a lot of food at the moment, and you know, that'll make me happy too. But that's gonna do it for this episode, guys. If you enjoyed it, you know what to do. You smack that like button, baby. And if you like what you see here with the STAX-4-STAX, send me the love in the comments. Hit that like button like nobody's business. Don't forget to subscribe, guys, if you are following the series and you haven't done so yet. YouTube is kind of finicky, and if you want to make sure you keep up with the ReNDoG, you hit that subscribe button, jingle jangle the jingle jangle bell, and you should be just good and gravy to keep up with the series for the rest of the season. That's it for me, guys. Brain is about to shut down. Thank you for watching. ReNDoG signing out. We'll smell you all in the next episode.